Hello guys, this is going to be my first video in this channel, so please forgive me for any noob mistakes I will do here. Anyway, getting to the main topic, the video is about the top 10 web novels with level up systems. I know many of you will have a different list of top 10 novels of your own. Anyway, it's just a number that I have assigned to the novels in the video. Otherwise, all the novels mentioned here will be definitely worth of your time. So let me say this first, that all of them are equally good with their own pros and cons. Obviously, there are tons of web novels available nowadays, especially after the manga adaptation of I Alone Level Up, which you all know as Solo Leveling. So it's not entirely possible to cover all of them in a single video. Then also I have tried to include some of the diamonds among all those golds in this video. And yes, do let me know in the comment section of other novels of the same genre which will be equal to this top 10 or maybe even better. I will also be making videos on manga and anime recommendations, but I saw there is almost no decent channel for light novel suggestions, hence I tried to make one. Please do like, share and subscribe below to support my channel, and please stick to the end of the video. So let's start our list then. Here in number 10 is Blood Warlock, Succubus Partner in the Apocalypse. Written by Zia Tian, the novel has 890 plus chapters. The novel is not yet completed, with 2 chapters being updated on a daily basis. With a rating of 4.7 on webnovel.com, it's a story centered around mana. So, the legendary mana finally reached the planet Earth, causing all living things to officially enter the path of evolution. Animals turned into terrifying beasts, some plants gained self-awareness, and humans who managed to withstand the wave of mana awakened the ability to acquire skills by defeating powerful enemies. The entire planet entered a new era where the old laws fell. The only law was the law of the jungle, where the strongest devoured the weakest. Bai Zemin, an apparently normal college student, turned out to be an unparalleled genius in the path of magic. This caught the attention of a beautiful demoness who would become his partner in this journey to the absolute top. Some qualities of this novel are as follows. Some good and bad reviews of this novel. Well, all over, it's a well-written, slow-paced story with focus on not only the main character but also on other side characters. So, if you are okay with it, you should give the novel a try. Number 9 is White Online. Written by Alexi, the novel has 510 plus chapters with a rating of 4.7 in webnovel.com. Since he was a child, he was unable to improve his strength no matter how much he tried, like he was cursed by the gods. He suffered an incident caused by his jealous classmates, which bedridden him for several months. But after the traumatizing experience, doctors thought that it would take him years before he would overcome his trauma. But against all odds, he overcame it in 2 weeks. Being heavily sheltered and protected by his family after the incident, his life seemed dull and kind of boring. But then the highly anticipated VR MMORPG White Online was released. Without thinking twice, he bought the cheapest VR helmet available and entered the new world with almost zero expectations, but excited nonetheless. This is the story of Isaac Whitelaw, who will rise from being a protected and weak individual to being one of the sole hopes of the entire human race. Some qualities of this novel are as follows. Some good and bad reviews of this novel. Overall, the story has potential, and whilst it got some flaws, I would recommend this to you all. To those who may be hesitant to dive in, still give it a try and formulate your own opinions as what others may not enjoy you may love. Number 8 in our list is Infinite Mana in the Apocalypse. Written by Atui, the novel has 1660 plus chapters. With a rating of 4.53 on webnovel.com, it's a novel inspired by the Korean novel I Never Run Out of Mana. Mana, a precious and limited resource that moves the very order of the world. Others have a small amount of it, while I have an unlimited amount. Noah Osman, a typical teenager, lost his parents a year ago but survived the first monster invasion. After getting his first skill book Fireball, he discovers that he has infinite mana and can cast any spell infinite number of times. With infinite mana, anything is possible. Some good qualities of this novel are as follows. Some good and bad reviews of this novel are as follows. It's a fast-paced but enjoyable story about a world where dungeon minimalists allow people to enter them, kill monsters and beasts, and collect skill books, cores, and equipment. If you like fast-paced stories, then this novel is highly recommended. Number 7 in our list is Mages Are Too OP. Written by Soaring Flames, the novel has a total of 800 chapters. The novel is complete with a rating of 4.51 on webnovel.com. As one of the first players to gain access to World of Kalam, the first immersive game worldwide, Roland creates his character as a mage. However, playing as a mage is not as fun and easy as he thought. His head even explodes after he casts the very first spell in the game. Stubbornly sticking to his class, when most mages decide to create a new character, Roland gradually discovers tricks of the trade and his unusual talent. This allows him to change people's stereotypes on mages and to explore the deeply buried secrets of this game. Some good qualities of this novel are as follows. Some good and bad reviews of this novel are as follows. Although the ending of the novel seems like the author was in a rush, it's a great story about the struggle of becoming a mage in a world where the NPCs are highly intelligent. Number 6 in our list is The Kings of Stars. Written by Butterfly Blue, the novel has a total of 1729 chapters. The novel is complete with a rating of 4.6 on webnovel.com. In the online game Glory, EZU is regarded as a textbook and a top-tier pro player. However, due to a myriad reason, he is kicked from the team. After leaving the professional scene, he finds work in an internet cave as a manager. When Glory launches its 10th server, he who possesses 10 years of gaming experience once again throws himself into the game, bringing with him the memories of his past and an incomplete self-made weapon. His return along the road to the summit begins. Under the tossing of the wind and rain, my dreams shall still appear as though they had never been shattered. In all its splendor, the path shall never be lost. Before the gazes of millions, this is where I return. Now, some good qualities of this novel are as follows. Here are some reviews of this novel. Now, if you are contemplating whether or not you should read this novel, just stop right now. Don't have any reservations and just read it because it's awesome and won't at all disappoint you. Number 5 in our list is Reincarnation of the Strongest Sword God. Written by Lucky Old Cat, the novel has a total of 2918 chapters. The novel is complete, well, it's controversial, as there is now a continuation of the novel with a theme of an alternative ending. It has a rating of 4.6 on webnovel.com. Starting over once more, he has entered this living game again in order to control his own fate. This time,
He will not be controlled by others. Previously, the level 200 Sword King, he will rise to a higher peak in this life. Massive wars, life advancement, entering godhood, sword reaching to the peak, a legend of a man becoming a swordbird has begun. Some good qualities of this novel are as follows. Some good and bad reviews of this novel are as follows. With all its pros and cons, it's one of my first novels that I have read. So I am a little biased and will recommend all of you to read this. Number 4 in our list is Overgeared. Written by Park Sainer, the novel has 1670 plus chapters and it's still ongoing. Shin Yong-woo has had an unfortunate life and is now stuck carrying bricks on construction sites. He even had to do labor in the VR game Satisfyer. However, luck would soon enter his helpless life. His character Greed would discover the northern end cave for a quest, and in that place he would find Bagma's rare book and become the first legendary class player in the game. Some details about the novel are as follows. Some reviews about the novel are as follows. There is a manga adaptation of this novel with the same name. Just read this novel after the latest chapters of its manga and I bet you will never regret it. Number 3 in our list is God of Trickster. Written by Fixten, the novel has 1400 plus chapters and a rating of 4.46 on webnovel.com. The novel is not yet completed, with 2 or 3 chapters being updated on a daily basis. God of Mischief is interested in you and wants you to be his emissary. Do you accept? With blood and wounds covered his entire body, the voice echoing inside his mind was like that of a hope shining upon him. Faced with betrayals, surrounded by beasts, and faced with imminent death, he answered with resolve and tenacity. Yes, this is the story of Theodore Griffith, who gradually rises to the top of humanity solely based on his own wits and talent. Some good points about the novel are as follows. Some reviews about the novel are as follows. I have just caught up with the recent chapters in this novel and I would say this novel is good. Consider giving it a try. Number 2 on the list is I Alone Level Up. Written by Chu Gong, the novel has a total of 270 chapters and it's complete. 10 years ago, after the gate that connected the real world with the monster world opened, some of the ordinary, everyday people received the power to hunt monsters within the gate. They are known as hunters. However, not all hunters are powerful. My name is Sung Jin Woo, an E-rank hunter. I am someone who has to risk his life in the lowliest of dungeons, the world's weakest. Having no skills whatsoever to display, I barely earned the required money by fighting in low-level dungeons, at least until I found a hidden dungeon with the hardest difficulty within the D-rank dungeons. In the end, as I was accepting death, I suddenly received a strange vow, a quest log that only I could see, a secret to leveling up that only I know about. If I trained in accordance with my quests and hunted monsters, my level would rise, changing from the weakest hunter to the strongest ace rank hunter. I'm not gonna give any review for this novel. Well, you all know about this, and even if you have read its manga, you should give the novel another chance. I am telling from personal experience, and you will absolutely love it. And here is the number 1 in the list, that is The Legendary Mechanic. Written by Kui Peiza, the novel has a total of 1463 chapters. The novel is complete with a rating of 4.57 on webnovel.com. What do you do when you wake up and find yourself inside the very game that you love? What do you do when you realize that you have not only become an NPC, you have even been thrown back in time to before the game even launched? What will happen when our protagonist's two realities coincide? Using his past life's knowledge, Han Jiao sweeps through the universe as he prepares for the arrival of the players. Personally, this is one of my most favorite. I will definitely recommend you all to read this one. And here are some of the reviews of this novel. Well, there are rarely some bad reviews, only the bad thing was during its not so periodic release. The rest, you can figure it out yourself.